Hello everyone. I will be discussing the ACA Code of Ethics for this discussion post. The ACA Code of Ethics, Section E, addresses evaluation, assessment, and interpretation. The introduction of this section emphasizes the importance of using an assessment as one of many components in the counseling process. It is unethical for a counselor to administer a test without the proper training, which is stated in Section E2A of the ACA Code of Ethics. While I understand why training is needed to administer the assessments, I was surprised by this. There are so many assessments that one could take online. I did not realize that there was so much specific training behind administration of them. It also emphasizes the fact that counselors need to ensure that particular assessment tests is valid and reliable with the right psychometric properties and will serve a purpose for which they are being used for, and that they score and interpret the results correctly. This is also stated in the ACA Code of Ethics. This also surprised me. I did not realize how statistics and research would be used in counseling. I come from an education background, and I had to assess the children, based on each individual's developmental level. And it was just part of my job description, is to do observation and assessment is what we did. And, there were different levels. It was, just part of my job as a teacher. So I was really fascinated by the different levels of assessment training that was needed. But however, I have now learned the importance of using valid and reliable assessment that has good psychometric properties. I feel that something that could be added to be more specific with working with children. I know that this is mentioned and that the parents have the right to know the information, and it would be stated in the informed consent. I would just like to see more focus on that area. One of the reasons for that is that I want to continue my work with children in the counseling profession. The other area I would like more depth in is choosing the right assessment. Something I learned is that there are multiple assessments that could be used. One might be thought to be the right one, but another one could be needed to get the full picture of the issue the client is facing. I found this as I did research with the last paper that we wrote with the childhood trauma questionnaire. It allows the therapist to understand how much trauma a person 12 years and older has experienced. I feel that the ACA Code of Ethics does not specify that there are additional options for assessments. One may not be the right fit, but it is not necessarily wrong. It may just take more than one assessment to develop a treatment plan. Christianity in assessment is one area that it's not mentioned. It's just like, the ACA Code of Ethics just basically says that, you can't push your religion onto a client, but it doesn't really specify the different areas of assessment that could be used. And but I was fascinated by the assessments that I did find, such as the Spiritual Well-Being Scale. Addressing spiritual needs in counseling can bridge the gap between behavioral, cognitive, and humanistic approaches to assessment by promoting a positive, holistic model to treatment planning and intervention. It ensures multicultural system where diversity is valued and differences are embraced in the assessment and counseling process. Christian counselors target the need to develop and determine the area of improvement that may not be addressed in traditional counseling.